So last thing what we were discussing about the acidic strength yesterday, and let me continue with 2-3 cases and then we'll go towards ortho effect. All right. So we discussed up to 10 cases. Suppose if we are considering phenolic groups like OH and connected to fluorine, and similarly have connection of OH with chlorine. Now in this case, if you check out, after removal of H plus, whatever the conjugate base it is forming, it is to be stabilized by minus I effect of fluorine and chlorine. This is how these are the conjugate bases. When you write the canonicals here, at one particular instance, we will get a canonical where negative sign is here and it is coming close to fluorine this way. And negative sign is here and it is with chlorine. Now between these two, if you observe, here with chlorine, it can have back bonding. Basically, it will have a d orbital resonance that will stabilize the carbanion more than just the inductive effect of fluorine. Got it? So if we see stability wise, then this would be more stable. Since this is more stable, the acidic character would be more for the chlorine. Okay, students, and the reason here being d orbital resonance. D orbital resonance. And if you check out the pK values for the same, pK value of this is around 9.9 and this is around 9.41. So experimentally also it suggests that due to d orbital resonance, that is going to be more dominant. Let's see the next question. On a similar lines, if we have CHF3 and CHCl3, same is the case here also. We have CF3 minus and CCl3 minus. These are the anions which are conjugate bases. So if we see the stability of conjugate bases, this is how the stability of conjugate base would be. And same reason. And the reason being d orbital resonance. D orbital resonance forming here. So now if you check out the stability here, acidity here. So this is how the acidic nature would be. Make a note of it. See beta, VCD to be considered when you have two different ions. It is of the same ion, right? You are considering C minus with C minus only. So how come VCD comes into picture? VCD comes into picture, but that is not where minus sign is, right? Negative sign is on carbon. So you have to consider the VCD of carbon. No, but actually if you check out withdrawing nature, in fact, iodine is better compared to that of bromine, compared to chlorine, compared to fluorine. If you check out the overall withdrawing nature. But if you see only minus effect would be this way, right? Minus effect would be more for fluorine. But if you see overall withdrawing nature, iodine is much more withdrawing compared to that of bromine, chlorine or fluorine. Got it? So that will destabilize it. Means if you consider with respect to fluorine, it is actually showing minus I more, but it also has a resonance of its own, correct? So which is destabilizing the ring. Understood? That's why if you check out the withdrawing nature, iodine would be more. So it is difficult to assess that way. I hope you understood what I'm saying. Unless data is given, it is difficult to assess. See the next concept. Now this is another important area where we need to be clear. Now, in case if there is any hydrogen bonding coming across ortho position, like O and H, I have N, double bond O and O minus. Either this way, hydrogen bonding can exhibit, or it can give hydrogen bonding to this oxygen also. Okay, so either of that, to the whole group, it is giving an hydrogen bonding at ortho position. And if we compare the same with para position. Now, due to hydrogen bonding, this hydrogen does not relieve that easily, being at ortho position. Although you know that NO2 is much strongly withdrawing at ortho position than para position. So if you check out the acidic character now, the acidic character of para would be more than ortho. Okay, students. This is because of hydrogen bonding chelation. Next important thing is that suppose if you are considering halides, and this is valid for halides only. If you check out for halides here at ortho position, correct? And then you see it at para position here. Okay. Even if there is any hydrogen bonding there or not, its minus effect is always more effective. So the minus I effect of fluorine would be much stronger at ortho position than para position. So the acidic character would be more for ortho. So if you check out the pK value here, so it is around 8.7 and for this is around 9.9. Okay. So which clearly tells us that when it comes to ortho position, when it comes to halides, you only see the position. If it is ortho, that will always be more acidic. If it is meta, slightly less. Para, even less. Okay. So here inductive effect is very much dominant. Inductive effect is dominant at ortho position. So while we discuss about phenols, these are some things you should take care of. Yes, Beta.
How can we judge which property is dominant?
We have to go individually, Beta. If it is halides, then only inductive effect dominates. Rest all the groups, you have to check out chelation also at ortho position. Ortho effect is seen in only two cases, Beta. One is in benzoic acid and derivatives, and aniline and derivatives. First, we will see how the ortho effect is seen in benzoic acid. See, again, when it comes to ortho effect, I can categorize them into two forms. One, ortho effect is either observed by SIR effect. Second, it may be observed due to intra-H bonding, intra-hydrogen bonding. Let me give you one example. Suppose if there is any group here, what are we expecting? Suppose if on benzene there is C double bond O and OH, and imagine there is some group G here at ortho position. Okay, how this benzoic acid is being acidic, Beta? Because this oxygen gives resonance and there is this oxygen which is gaining positive charge on it. It will get CO minus here, double bond O and H. So this hydrogen becomes highly protic. So you can see this hydrogen becomes highly protic. So it will lose out easily. That's how the acidic nature is coming to benzoic acid. Now, as it gives away H plus, what is the product, what is the conjugate base we will have? We will have this as O minus and C double bond O. This is what we have after releasing out the proton. Okay, this group G is present on ortho position only, like this. Okay, now usually what would happen here, when it comes to COOH, resonance is happening within this lone pair and oxygen, and also resonance will be favored from this end where benzene is trying to support resonance through COOH. Got it? So which means there is a plus M effect. You can see there is a plus M effect from benzene that is trying to support COOH. Correct? But what would that do? Because COH already has its own resonance, if some other resonance is also coming into picture, it will try to decrease its acidic character, no? Because this resonance will not happen that well. Okay, so let me put that plus M effect of ring, plus M effect of ring decreases the positive charge density on oxygen. So which means on this oxygen, you can see on this oxygen electron density will decrease. Got it? So if this plus M keeps having, if this plus M is effective, which means if the plus M magnitude is more, this oxygen's density would be less. If oxygen's positive density is less, then H plus will not leave easily. Imagine this, oxygen, if it gets more and more positive charge, more electronegative it will become. Easily it can give H plus. So it would be able to give H plus very easily. So what I can say that if plus M effect of the ring decreases the positive charge and from the oxygen which containing that proton, then the acidic nature will decrease. Therefore, acidic nature ring should be out of plane with respect to COH. And I have C with oxygen, double bond O with OH this way. So we can see that there is a pi bond between this oxygen and this carbon here. There is a pi bond forming, and that is this pi bond, the pi bond which I have written. Similarly, we have a pi bond of benzene here, pi bond of benzene here, and all of these pi bonds are making the respective resonance. So our objective is what, beta? The resonance which is happening this way in a canonical of a benzene, this resonance is trying to happen on this side also. This side also the resonance is trying to happen like this. And we want to avoid this. We want to stop this resonance from happening. So one way of doing that is to make sure both of these pi bonds become perpendicular or they are not parallel to each other. So how can we do that? How can we make something parallel to that? What we can do, suppose if at this ortho position there is a bulky group. Imagine there is one bulky group here. So what does this bulky group do? This bulky group will give repulsions with the COH group here, because this OH is on the same plane, this double bond O is on the same plane. So it will start giving repulsions to this OH. Even if you put on the bulky group on this side of the ortho, that will give repulsion with this oxygen. So both ways there would be repulsions. So to avoid the repulsion, what would COOH do now? You see, to avoid the repulsion, COOH will rotate this bond here, right? So it will rotate this bond so that now up to benzene it is on one plane only. So up to benzene this is on one plane, but now COOH will go into the other plane where, you know, this oxygen has gone inside with a double bond here, and this oxygen has come outside, and the pi bond which is present is on this plane which is perpendicular to, like this, it is on the plane which is perpendicular to this pi bond now. So what happens? The resonance will completely stop. This bulky group is able to make this COH to rotate just to avoid the van der Waals repulsions, and which resultantly makes this plus M effect of benzene to stop, because now there is no parallel orbital. Now if you read it carefully once again, the plus M effect of the ring will only decrease the acidic nature. So if it is stopped, then acidic nature of COH will increase. So which means more bulkier the groups you put it on ortho position, more stronger the benzoic acid will start becoming, or more stronger it would become acidic. Bulky groups at ortho position, will help to make benzene and COH change their planes and avoid plus M resonance of benzene. So if that happens, what would happen? More bulkier the groups, more acidic the benzoic acid will become. So which means, let me show you few examples here. Suppose example number 1. If we consider simple benzoic acid, here COOH, and I compare that with ortho substituted methyl benzoic acid, there is a methyl group here. So methyl is bulky enough to give this repulsion. Here this resonance is favored, but here this resonance is not favored. And because this resonance is not favored, this would become more acidic. And this is something called as ortho effect. Like I said, ortho effect happens in two ways. One is by SIR effect, one is by intra-hydrogen bonding. As of now, we are only studying about SIR effect cases. So due to SIR effect, we will see an ortho effect is raised. Due to SIR groups, we have seen ortho effect is raised, and that's why they will become more and more acidic. And this will only happen if you have benzoic form. Suppose if you have COOH, this benzoic acid, and you're comparing with cyclopropyl carboxylic acid, okay, with some methyl present on it. Here there is no resonance originally also. Are you getting it? But phenyl will have more minus effect here, so that's why this would be more acidic. So no benzene, no benzene, no ortho effect. So two same benzene groups with ortho position will have to be compared. Suppose if we have benzoic acid to be compared, I'll call this as A, and this to be compared with other groups which have some bulky groups at the ortho position. For example, if we have, okay, 1 minute. If we have this group, and if we have a group like this, and if we have a group like this. So out of these four groups, if you see A, B, C, D here, how is the benzoic, how is the acidic character here now? So D greater than, C greater than, B greater than A. This is because of ortho effect. More the bulkier group, more is its acidic character. Everybody got the point there? And this is all because of ortho effect. Which is more bulkier? Bromine is more bulkier. So that's how the acidic character would be. Clear? And the reason for this, ortho effect. Bulkier it becomes, more and more. So which type of groups would actually give this type of bulkiness? That is one thing we need to know, right? So groups which give SIR effect, SIR effect, ortho position. Check out, we have NR2, NHR, NO2, COOH, one more COOH, COOR, CHO, C double bond OR, right? CONH2 and SO3H or SO3R. Got it? Any kind of alkyne, whether it is CH3, C2H5, all of these, in halides, iodide, bromine. Chlorine, not so much. Chlorine will have very, very less effect there. So OMe, methoxy group, ethoxy group, any OR for that matter. Clear? If at all there is any double bonded group here, this way, this will also give. So you can see all of these are supposed to be the bulkier groups at ortho position. Okay, so for this, if you check out, irrespective of wherever you keep it, got it? I mean, irrespective of whichever the group you take and you put it on the ortho position, they will start showcasing its ortho effect. Cyanide, got it? Fluorine, okay? That's all, only these two groups. Now you might be wondering, sir, where is OH? How come OH is not there in the list? OH is very small. Now let me tell you how intramolecular hydrogen bonding is also becoming an ortho effect. Everybody is clear with SIR effect now? Steric inhibition of resonance. If at all we observe it at ortho position, we call it as ortho effect. Now we are checking out the second case where there is ortho effect by intramolecular hydrogen bonding. All of you just make a note of it. If anybody has not written, just write it down first. Ortho effect by intra-H bonding. If you consider COOH with OH group, let's say we have OH group here. Before even the H plus is released, first of all decide which H plus will release, which is more acidic. Obviously this one is more acidic hydrogen, that would release first. So as it releases H plus, which means as it gives H plus here, what is a conjugate base do we have? We will have conjugate base as COO minus and OH. Check out this, students. Initially also there is a hydrogen bonding existing here, which means C double bond OH with oxygen and H. There is a hydrogen bonding existing here, right, everybody? Check out how the hydrogen bonding is. So this type of a hydrogen bonding is originally there, but this hydrogen bonding is between a polarized oxygen and a polarized hydrogen. So if we take the magnitude of this hydrogen bonding as X, okay, or the extent of hydrogen bonding here as X, and if you consider the hydrogen bonding here after removal of H plus, after removal of H plus, what do we have here? No, we have almost negative charge, I mean complete negative charge here, O and H. Now the hydrogen bonding is forming between this H and O minus which has formed, okay, and let me say the extent of hydrogen bonding here is Y. Now here it was only partial charges. Here it is a hydrogen bonding between a completely charged oxygen and hydrogen. Which one will be more effective? The second one would be more effective. Remember that. So extent of intra-H bond, if you observe, Y would be more than X. So since Y is more than X, which means after removal of H plus, it is actually becoming more stable. Instead of before removal of H plus, if you check out after removal of H plus, the group is becoming much more stable. So due to this intra-hydrogen bonding, this H plus is much easier lost as compared to that of any other cases. So hence, if you count the ability to give H plus, you can easily see that if there is any hydrogen bonding that it can get after the removal of H plus, its acidic character increases. So therefore, if you compare this benzoic acid, salicylic acid, this is benzoic acid, and I'm comparing that with salicylic acid. First one is salicylic acid. Which one will be more acidic? The first one will be more acidic, because after removal of H plus, it would get immense stability due to intra-hydrogen bonding. And this intra-hydrogen bonding, which is coming in conjugate basis, that would be more stable. Is the point clear, everybody? Just make a note of it. So let us see a few examples here. So which one we have did earlier? Fourth. Now let's see fifth example. Suppose if we have salicylic acid, which is with one OH, and if you have COOH with two OH groups here, BAC. More the hydrogen bonding, more is its ortho effect. So if you check out the respective pK values for the same, this is 2.98, COOH with NO2. See, all of them are showcasing ortho effect. Yes. So within ortho effect, how do we compare? Within ortho effect, you have to check out the withdrawing nature first. So which is strongly withdrawing between OMe, OH and NO2. NO2 is strongly withdrawing. So along with ortho effect, it would also have strongly withdrawing nature. That's why it is more acidic. Then between these two, if you have to compare, like, this is also donating species. OMe is also donating by plus M. OH is also donating by plus M. If only plus M is to be compared, in that case, ortho effect by intramolecular would be more dominant. Okay. So let me write it as a note. Intra H ortho effect dominant over plus M ortho affecting group. ortho affecting groups. Okay, this is one thing I would rather suggest, just remember it, how OMe, OH and NO2 are related at ortho position. We can check out with their pK values. This is around 4.09, 2.98 and 2.17. Triphenyl rings with COH group here, COH group here and COH group here with one group here like this. He took this as A, B and C. You have to compare the acidic strength of ABC. Right, A greater than, B greater than, C beta. Check carefully. With respect to this COH, this is an ortho group. This entire thing is also an ortho group. No? So two ortho groups, such big groups, that will give huge amount of SIR effect. Now, with respect to this COH, only this one is at the ortho position, this entire group. So this will give ortho effect. Clear? And with respect to this COH, there is no groups on ortho position. So this will not give any ortho effect at all. So it should be the acidic nature here, ABC. See the note what I'm saying. If there is some group which is donating to benzene, but it is showing ortho effect, then always choose the one which has hydrogen bonding ortho effect. That will be more acidic. Now let's see the next case here. Sorry, from here we have to start comparing with all different groups. Compare, put it on meta and para, because all you need to do is meta and para comparison only. Rest all, you know, ortho will be the highest. At para, you will see we will have hyperconjugation as well as plus M effect, plus I effect. In case of meta, we will only have plus I effect. And when it comes to acid, more donating, less is its acidic nature. Okay, so para will be less acidic, meta will be better acidic, and benzoic acid does not have any kind of donating species. So that will be better than these two. So how would that be here? Okay, benzoic acid, I will always write it as X. Okay, so what would be that? So ortho is greater than X is greater than meta is greater than para. Ortho has to be greatest, right? Then para, very good. Then meta, then X. Right, everyone? Next. And I'm comparing this COOH with chlorine this time. So imagine if I'm comparing that with chlorine at ortho, para and meta position. Ortho, meta, para, X, very good. Because here you'll see only inductive effect. Inductive effect. For halides, please always check only inductive effect. Right. Ortho, then meta, X and para. Very good. So I think now you'll be able to judge X beta. Para is donating, no? At para position, if you check out COOH and I have OH group here, okay, here it will showcase both plus M as well as minus M, and plus M is more dominant, so that will decrease the acidic nature. Right, ortho, then meta, then X, then para. Very good. Could be same as that of that. Ortho, meta, yeah, ortho, meta, para, and X or H, whatever I have, you know, whatever you write. Ortho, para, meta, H. Can you just check out whether this OH will give ortho effect beta? No, ortho effect is only valid for benzoic acid. Please remember that. Ortho effect is not valid for phenols. It is only valid for benzoic acid. Now, I told you that as a special case. If that is where we started today. If you check out, what did I tell you when you had OH with NO2 at ortho position and at para position? At ortho position, there is a hydrogen bonding, because of which removal of H plus becomes difficult. Idea? So which is more acidic now? Para is more acidic. Clear on that point? So what should be the order now? You haven't given a deep thought on it. When I did the hydrogen bonding, I told you it is not the first hydrogen bonding, it is the second hydrogen bonding which is influential. Would there be any second hydrogen bonding with phenol? So tell me the order now. Para, ortho, meta, and hydrogen. Clear? Similarly, if you have OH and compare that with methyl present on it, ortho, meta, para, right? H greater than, meta greater than, para greater than ortho. Very good, very good. Okay, here there is no hydrogen, here there is no ortho effect you need to apply. Okay, here it is a very generic case, right, beta? When it comes to ortho, I have both plus m as well as, sorry, I have hyperconjugation as well as plus I effect, and hyperconjugation is dominant. While in case of para, if you check out, it has same hyperconjugation and inductive effect, but inductive effect of ortho is greater than para. Meta, you have only plus I beta, but that is not effective towards the O minus of this position, because of that hyperconjugation, negative charge will come here, here, and here. That is of no relevance. The short way to remember always, I've been telling you the same thing repeatedly. On meta position, never consider any resonance effects or hyperconjugation effects. All right, since you have asked this one, suppose if you have OH with halides here, got it? Suppose if there are halides, and these halides being fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Now, if you see the pKa values, then we can judge it better. Like I said, unless pK values are mentioned, we cannot judge it. Between fluorine and chlorine, we can say that it is 9.41. Now, as you come towards bromine and iodine, what is happening? Like I said, iodine will become more withdrawing, and it is at para position. So inductive effect for all of them are less. See, inductive effect will act up to maximum of 3 to 4 carbons. After 3 to 4 carbons, inductive effect gets nullified because the distance has increased a lot. Everybody got the point? So from this position, this is oxygen. This is the first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and on the fifth position, there is halide. So effect of inductiveness would be very less as you will compare that, uh, for a far distance. Now, in case if we compare fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, which is more donating here? Or if you see, fluorine is more donating by plus M, but slightly withdrawing by minus I. Okay. So if you consider all of these cases, you will see pK value of bromine is around 9.17 and iodine is about 9.1. So keeping iodine here will make it more acidic. Now I'll give you few cases, you just have to remember whether some important pK values, they should revise as well. What are the cases? Just write the pK values, whatever we know. When it comes to phenol, what is the pK value? 10. pK value is close to 10. If it is phenol with NO2, nitrophenol, it would be around 7.2. This would be useful for problem solving. Just keep it handy with you. Okay, either keep a printout of it while problem solving, it will be useful. Suppose if we have been given a structure this way, this just came in 2019 J, COOH, NH3 plus and NH3 plus here. So this is A, B and C, and you need to compare the acidic character. I told you something about ammonia yesterday, we derived it also, that their pK values will start across 9, not before that. So between these two, if you compare between B and AC, which one will be more acidic? OH will be only more acidic.
B is there.
Correct. So B will be more acidic. Then you will check out between A and C, which one have what effects. With respect to this molecule, COH is a withdrawing group, no? So since it is withdrawing group, which means it will give minus A effect. So minus A effect will increase the acidic strength. So which will be more acidic? C than A. Now, intrahydrogen bonding will only happen when you have planarity. With respect to this carbon, there is no planarity. Neither all of these hydrogens are in one plane. See one more question. Suppose if you have OH and given this as NO2 and NO2 here, and that we are comparing with OH with NO2 here with cyanide CN. Now tell me which one is more acidic, first one or second one? See, first one, now you check out, these two NO2s are bulky enough because of which this NO2 will not be on the same plane. NO2's plane will change. So since it won't be on the same plane, resonance won't happen. Since resonance won't happen, here only minus A effect will be acting, not minus M. While cyanide is a linear molecule, it does not have any influence of SIR effect. The cyanide is showing both minus A as well as minus M effect. So which one is more withdrawing? Cyanide is more withdrawing, so that should be more acidic. In dioic acid, you need to check out both pKa1 and pKa2 beta. For example, if you have COOH here, phthalic acid, and I'm comparing that with isophthalic acid, COOH and COH. Now, when you compare both of them, what do you check? First, pKa1. pKa1 will be on the basis of what happens after the conjugate base is formed. Suppose if the conjugate base is formed here, we will have CO minus and COOH. And here definitely there is a hydrogen bonding that will exist after releasing of H plus. Initially also after removal of COOH, after removal of H plus, there is no hydrogen bonding. There is no hydrogen bonding here. So which of these two will have more pK value, more acidic here with respect to the first H plus? So if at all I call this as A and B, can I say that pKa1 of A will be lesser than pKa2 of B? Sorry, Ka1 of B. Everybody understood what I am writing? Because if you check out which is more acidic, the first H plus acidic character will be, which one will be more here, beta? Phthalic acid will be more acidic because after removal of H plus, we are getting a strong hydrogen bonding. Got it? Second, if you see after removal of H plus, now if you want to remove the second H plus, it is difficult here because it is already hydrogen bonded. While here it is easier. So what we can say, pKa2 of A will be greater than pKa2 of B. If anyone has a confusion, they can ask me now. Right? Very good. See the next one. We'll consider maleic and fumaric acids. Maleic acid is a cis form of this, butane dioic acid, and fumaric acid is a trans form of this. So this is the maleic acid and this is fumaric. Apply the same logic and tell me what about the pKa1 of maleic and pKa1 of fumaric, and pKa2 of maleic and pKa2 of fumaric. Now compare first one. Maleic is less than fumaric. Very good. And maleic is, no, second one, maleic will be greater, which means this will be less acidic because it will have a hydrogen bonding. Now we will see the different test of acids, right? So test of acids as in different types of tests can be analyzed based upon what exactly we are taking, out of which first we'll take sodium metal test. Now, what does that mean? Suppose if I put sodium metal to any alcohol, immediately we will see an H2 gas is evolved. But if I put the same sodium metal to an ether, there is no reaction here. What is the reason here? You can see that the hydrogen which is present with oxygen here is polarized. So which means it is sufficiently polarized that it would have delta positive charge. And this minute sodium will release electrons, that hydrogen will take away the electrons and come out as H2 gas. And the other way of comparing, how do we compare the other way? Is that we see the pK values. We'll put the approximate pK values. You see, the approximate pK value of alcohol is around 18 to 20. While when it comes to H2, it is around 38. Always remember, when it comes to reaction will always drive from high pK value, low pK value towards high pK value. Got it? But if you check out high pK value, it will not go towards low pK value. Please remember this. Got it? It's pretty simple. Stronger acid will give you weaker acid, but weaker acid does not give you stronger acid. So if you were asked which of the following will give the positive sodium metal test, can you identify that, everybody? You just have to identify which of the following will give you positive sodium metal test. So please write down that as a question now. Whatever that is, if hydrogen is directly connected to carbon, which is sp3, nothing will happen. See, let us solve together. ROH, definitely this is protic, which means it is polarized enough, so that will give. RCOH, that will give. Alkanes does not give. CH3CHO. See, in CH3CHO, we have CH3 C double bond OH this way. Okay. So if you check out this hydrogen, slightly acidic, but not as great acidic as possible. Okay. So here we can say that the reaction is not very fast. So hence I will not take it. Here if you check out, this is highly acidic, because if you remember, this pK value is coming close to 11. Yeah. Hydrogen which is present here. Because the minute you remove this hydrogen, that negative charge will get, a resonance on both the sides. So this is highly acidic. So yes, definitely it will give that positive metal test. This is aromatic case. You mean CH, this double bond O beta, this one? No beta, it's not acidic. Okay. sp2 carbon and hydrogen does not create a difference of electronegativity 2. Here we are expecting there should be at least electronegative difference should be at least 2. Phenols, yes, this is highly polarized hydrogen, it will give. This won't give. Here there is no hydrogen. Here we have learned just now that this hydrogen is highly basic, highly acidic. We have just put that case here. Just remember, where is it? Yeah, here, both of them. See, around 11 and this is around -5. They are all very, very highly acidic as compared to hydrogen. Okay, these acidic characters are with respect to hydrogen. Next, water is definitely acidic with respect to H2. This is also acidic because carbon triple bond H, this has high electronegativity difference. The pK value is around 25. Next, NH3, no, NH3 won't give, because in NH3, if you check out the hydrogen value, sorry, NH3 high polarity. Here it is only about polarity. Nitrogen, hydrogen will have high polarity. Correct? Now RNH2, if you check out RNH2, if you check out RNH minus Na plus and H2, this is what you are expecting to happen. If we check out the pK value here, this is around 44 and this is around 38. Would the reaction happen beta? So with RNH2, reaction won't happen. But RC double bond O NH2, amides will definitely give, because after removal of H plus, that negative charge will undergo resonance. Here, when it comes to this carbon, correct. So this is around 3.05, this is around 2.1. Always first look out for pK value. This is the fact you have to always consider. Low pK value to high pK value. All of this, the ones which I ticked correct, they all have very less pK value compared to pK value of H2. pK value of H2 is around 38. Rest all of them which I have taken are in the ranges of 20 or 25. Acidic character is decided thermodynamically, right? There are two ways you can, kinetically or thermodynamically. Here, it is all about thermodynamic cases. We will see their stabilities, okay? Conjugate based stabilities. So out of this, we have to tell which of them are soluble. Now, what we are expecting, I'll tell you. First, listen to this carefully. Suppose if I take carboxylic acid, RCOOH, and I treat that with NaOH, because you have seen this is ionic equilibrium. You will write this as RCO minus Na plus H2O. Precisely what you are comparing is the pK value only. If you check out the pK value here, the pK value of this acid is approximately in the range of 4.5. The conjugate acid of OH minus, if you compare, that is around 15.5. Correct? Now you can see it is going from low pK value to high pK value. Hence the reaction will favor. So it will be favored mostly in the forward direction and very less in the backward direction. Is this point clear, everyone? Got it? That is what you need to check. So first compare the pK values. So depending upon the pK values, if it is going from high pK to low pK, then it is not possible, which means it is not soluble in NaOH. Since you don't remember it right away with all the pK values, I'm writing the approximate pK values. This is around 25, 10, around 4, around 1, okay, around 10, around 44, sorry, around 45, around 10, okay, around minus 6.5, around 9. These are the cases. So you can easily make out which of the following will get dissolved in NaOH beta. Check out your answers. Because all of this you are comparing with what? You are comparing with water. Because OH minus will take H plus and become water only. So compare that with 15.5. So which all be the answers beta? First one, yes or no? No. Okay. So acetic acid will not be soluble. I mean, sorry. Triple bond carbons will not be soluble in water, in NaOH. Next, phenol, yes, phenol will be soluble in aqueous NaOH. Acid, yes. Picric acid, yes. This phenolic part also, yes. This toluene, no. This phenolic part, yes. This is definitely yes. This is also yes.